But let's look at it critically. Is it really exploitation, or are they also fighting for their own survival? Because many traders, at the end of the day, if I buy your wares, now take note, most of these wares are perishable. You have the yam traders, you have tomatoes, you have cabbage. All these are the profitable areas, and these are the profitable crops that we urban consumers want to have. So as a result, these traders would often provide you with a price that would hedge, right? That would be an insurance against the possibility of a whole truck being lost. So you can imagine the calculation they put in. And there again, it points to one thing: processing. It points to storage. It points to the transport system. And it even points to one thing: delays on the road. Most delays on the road, according to drivers, has to do with police. It has nothing to do with the nature of the roads. So first of all, we have got price fixing, right, that the farmer has no say. We have flexible oral contracts that are never kept. We have got a primitive strategy that are used by traders, very horrible strategy of waiting for produce to start rotting or to show you a lesson. So next time you will be forced. I call this arm twisting. Then you have pre-financing of conditionalities, and that is enslaving the trader. So the big things that we find big corporate, international capitalist organizations doing is the same thing you have small traders also, So it's basically like a kind of mentality that is passed on. You have international supermarkets, right? You have got the vertical value chains that are basically using the same strategies. So the challenges in distribution were already discussed by my friend. Poor road network, high perishability, right, as a result of lack of, then high interest rates, right, storage, and police extortion and harassment. I mean, when you travel, you are so lucky you are in a private car or a bus, and the police just, they stop you probably 4 times before you get to Kumasi. But for these food guys, they are stopped almost every 5 kilometers, and that alone is a problem. And of course, problems with accessing international markets. Upon the fact that we have joined, we are supposed to be globalized, right? The markets are open. All our government programs are supposed to, get us into into international value chains. It doesn't seem to be the case. It only works for our cocoa, for our oil palm. In any case, if we did not even implement those policies, tell me, they still want to eat chocolate. They will come for the cocoa. So it simply meant that our emphasis on the crops that we are actually promoting. So one of my main worry was, can traders trust farmers? Why? Because there's poor financing by the state, by NGOs, by microfinance. The only guys we have available now are traders, because traders want to promote farming, because if farming goes down, they go down. And yet, when they help farmers, farmers do not keep to their bargain. But just as you saw, when farmers, provide credit to traders, right, they don't also return. So how do we build this trust? And as I said earlier on, market integration seems to be good. I mean, spatially, we are well connected. And this is as a result of the huge infrastructural gains that we have made in this country over the past, 15 years. Beyond that is the fact that seasonality, actually necessitates that we trade with each other. You have different regions producing cassava at different times, and since we want your fufu, you still have to get cassava from Ashanti or BA to Eastern region. Several opportunities abound. I think this is the subsector of the food system that we need to leverage on, right? Now, distribution, I think, promises the most employment opportunities that are attractive to the youth. Take note of the word attractive to the youth. You don't want them to go for a hole when you've already taught them that, right, you should be moving away from farming to something much more better. So distribution seems to be, since we have realized that the farmer is capable of producing, so therefore, let's leverage on where we have the weakest links. Storage systems, will you believe that in the small village of Kadia in northern region, you have investors there? When I say investors, these are just simple farmers who are building small warehouses of 14 by 14 feet, and they are making money. They are seeing that this is an avenue for making money. Please, where is our buffer stock company? Small farmers are making money, right? Then beyond that, I think we have greater export possibilities still. I'm not debunking our neoliberal entry. I think still there is a lot to be made there. We have China and others opening up their markets, so probably you don't have to fear so much of the bans you get from the EU. Now, there's, however, a strong need to regulate the markets and streamline relations between farmers, traders, and transporters. We cannot leave the system open. And I think this is where the government must act. And the government should not be afraid to act.